Police officials in Albuquerque, New Mexico have been charged with murder in the case of James Boyd. Now, James Boyd was a homeless man who was camping outdoors, and cops wanted to move him from the area. And as a result, they proceeded to shoot him. And after he was shot dead, they allowed a dog to go and attack him after he had probably already died. Now, they were charged with murder in this case, and that was actually one of the few stories where we get a little bit of justice when it comes to police brutality. But it turns out that the DA who decided to charge the cops is now being marginalized within the community and isn't being allowed to review other cases of police brutality. So apparently there was a police shooting just this past Tuesday, and according to reports, Chief Deputy District Attorney Sylvia Martinez was barred from a briefing about a shooting that occurred Tuesday evening because she was told the district attorney's office has a conflict of interest because we charged the officers who shot the homeless man last year.
So let's clarify a couple of things. The community has no problem with her except the community of law enforcement.
Yeah, that's
right?
what I meant.
And so the DAs don't either, but the cops hate her, of course, right? Now, Albuquerque has more police shootings than anywhere else in the country. They've already had 3 police shootings in 2015. In 2015, okay? So now, that's not to say that they were wrong in all those shootings,
right.
Although the egregious shooting of the homeless man, everybody's seen the video where they basically execute him, and she had to do something. She's a rare prosecutor who did do something. But you see in this case why other prosecutors don't.
Right.
You see why McCullough threw the case in Ferguson, because he's got to work with these cops every day and they won't work with him. I mean, look at the absurdity of that charge. Since you will treat us like anyone else and hold us accountable under the law, you're biased. You have a conflict of interest. No, but that's what a DA is supposed to do. That's not a conflict of interest. That's the exact opposite. If she said, no, I will never prosecute cops, that would be a conflict of interest.
So let me give you some more context into this story. The Albuquerque Police Department has been so riddled with excessive force and police brutality cases that the Department of Justice actually had to launch an investigation. And after they launched the investigation, the mayor of Albuquerque last year, Richard Berry, had to sign a settlement with the DOJ. And part of the settlement indicated that the district attorney would have the ability to indict a police officer if excessive force is apparent in the case, right?
Yeah.
So this actually goes against the settlement with the Department of Justice. So we'll see how it all, hashes out. But it's crazy to me that they are getting revenge on her because she had the audacity to watch the same video that all of us have watched and come to the conclusion that these cops should be charged and should stand trial. They have not been convicted. They're just going to stand trial.
So this wouldn't be allowed under any other context. Like if all the plumbers of the world united and decided, hey, you know what, if another plumber murdered somebody, right? It doesn't matter. We're not going to give any evidence. We're not going to cooperate with the police. We're not going to cooperate with the prosecutors. Like people are like, that's crazy. You can't do that. That's not allowed. But the one place where we think it's, common practice, we shouldn't be, but it is common practice, is when the cops do it and they're the ones with the guns. They're the ones who are supposed to be enforcing the law and protecting us. It's the people we should hold most accountable. Instead, they demand that we hold them the least accountable. And if any prosecutor anywhere in the country dares to hold them accountable, and by the way, it's not just the Department of Justice here, they also made a separate deal the cops did with the DAs. So they're in violation of 2 different deals and regulations and laws when they say we won't work with this prosecutor. You don't have that choice. Can you imagine? So you get brought up on charges. You go, oh, no, I've decided that I won't work with this prosecutor. Oh, well, that's an interesting decision.
It's amazing.
Okay.
I guess since they're supposed to enforce the law, they think they're above the law. And
Right.
that's not the way that it's supposed to work out.
So she's supposed to help with the investigation initially to see if things went right or things went wrong. Now, they're used to the prosecutor throwing those investigations so that there's never even a separate trial. There's no
Right.
grand jury. There's no trial. Now, they're saying, well, no, we don't want her involved because she might be fair and honest. When you're trying to ban people for being, fair and honest and actually representing the people, well, you might be on the wrong side of the case at hand.